Cancer, how you doing? So Cancer, Life Path 7, how are you guys? Anybody out there? Anybody else out there, Life Path 7? Please make sure that you do me a favour, Cancer. It's really not too much to ask. I'm really trying to build up the channel. So all I need you to do is just hit that like button. Please do not skip the like button. Just please give it a thumbs up. If you guys have been watching for a while, at least you can do is at least help me out and get a like. And we're trying to get the same amount of likes for the same amount of views. It literally only takes just a couple of seconds to drop a like. Just mainly really for the people that are, that always watch. Okay, it really does help out. Doesn't take a couple of seconds. It only takes a minute, girl. Robbie, Robertson, Rachel, anybody beginning with R, okay, or Laura, Lucy, Lucifer, a Capricorn, or a Gemini you could be dealing with. Anyway, so let's see. Cancerian for the month of February. Where's the time gone, Cancer? Let's see what you guys have got coming up. So the Ace of Pentacles, something that is something that you can't see, green or blue. It's there if you want it. If you don't, it goes nowhere. So it's kind of like, well, I've got a plan to make an offer to someone, but I just don't know if they will accept it. Now, this could be coming into you or you're making an offer. But I have a plan, but it's very slow approaching this plan that I've got. Okay, it's like a Trojan horse. I've got ideas, but am I going ahead on them? Am I going ahead on my ideas? And I am, and I'm trying my best, but nothing seems to work. Nothing seems to happen. Like I keep trying and I keep trying, but it's like being stuck in time. Okay, so let's see. Cancer, what have they got coming up, please, for February 2023? Oh, wow, a couple of you, wow, oh my fucking Lord. Now, these fives have been coming up majorly, Major D, Major Melissa Maria, Michael Jackson, Julian Justin, Justin Jackie, Jasmine Jack, majorly in the last reading that I did for everybody that was Libra. And then these also come in Sagittarius and Taurus readings. Well, I haven't done Taurus yet, Sagittarian. Majorly. Now, this normally can be a Sagittarius for me because it's a 5. Sagittarius, Taurus, Life Path 5 energies. So there's this arguing about messaging, about like you message me but you don't message back quick enough. So you could have someone that starts arguments about messaging, meaning I've sent you a message and I'm waiting for it and I don't get it back in time and I don't get a reply when I want one, and then someone starts arguing here. Because it's about messaging. It's like you send a message, bing, there it is. The other person may take, like, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes before they've replied or had chance to reply. Someone's playing mind games over messaging. Okay, it's really what I'm picking up. So the only way I can tell you how this normally works is that the option is there. Someone sends a message, you don't reply back in time enough. They start getting paranoid, start thinking that you're not interested in them, that you don't want to know, that you don't want to talk to them, blah, 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 or them, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael Jackson, Julian Jason, and you don't want to talk to them, and then they get paranoid, and then they start arguing because they're trying to control the conversation the way they want it to go, and also, well, trying to control the conversation of when they want you to reply. Like, if it's someone that wants you to reply all the time, and you don't have time because, say, I don't know, that you're at work, Hierophant can mean that I'm at work and I text you when you're at work and you don't have time to text me, and then I start an argument with you whilst you're at work, and it's like a mind game tactic. 5 can also be paranoid. It can also be, like I said, delusional energy of starting an argument over a very simple conversation. But these can mean text messages, like people that argue because of a text message. So, I don't know. Do you guys argue over text messages, or is your partner very argumentative over text? Okay. Let's see, because I always say that, don't ever text a person, speak to them verbally, because text messages can be very misconstrued. You read into it and think, oh, okay, I just read that wrong. I thought you were starting an argument. And it's like, no. It's like, well, you was, because your text message said that. It's like, no, I didn't mean it that way. What I meant was, and you're like, fuck, hold on a minute, bruv, you're playing mind games, aren't you? Like, why are you arguing with me over a text message? I'll talk to you later verbally, okay, or Lee, or Laura, or Lucy. Okay, 4 of Swords. What are you doing? I'm at home. Okay, why am I picking up this very strange argument here of, well, if you can't be bothered, then don't bother. Right? It's like, well, if you can't be bothered to come and see me, if you can't be bothered to talk to me, If you can't be bothered to let me know where you are constantly, then don't bother talking to me at all. So I'm just going to stay at home and not bother with you. What, because of what I said on a text message? What? Yeah. So, like I said, it's very strange, because the Knight of Pentacles can be trying to get more out of someone that isn't making moves. Like, I want you to keep making a move on me all the time. Like, I need you to make the first move. I need you to make the first move. And it's like, yeah, but I'm an earth sign energy. I'm concentrating on work and earthbound things. Like, I'm thinking about money. I'm thinking about plans of work. I'm actually thinking about a plan that we can do tonight. And then all of a sudden, the night comes, night time, or the actual night itself. And then it's kind of like, fuck off. And you're like, what? Hold on a minute. I made a plan. I thought we could probably go out or talk. Like, when it's time. And it's like, yeah, but you didn't want me earlier. You're like, well, yeah, I was working when I was earlier. I was working. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Right. So, oh dear. I know it's very general, but it seems to be a fucking major outcome, which is where, because these can be children, physical children, okay? But, you know me, I don't beat around the bush. There's a lot of adults that act more like fucking children than actually children do. So, like, if it's an adult, it's kind of like an adolescent person that tries to control the conversation, and when it doesn't go according to the way they want it, they spit their dummy out and don't like it the way the conversation's going. It's like I don't know. Let's see, Cancer. What's coming up for Cancer, please, for February for Cancerian? So King of Swords, very stoic. You're not showing. It's kind of like, this is my sword in the stone. Okay, stoic. I'm trying to draw blood or feelings out of a stone, which means, hold on a minute, I'm trying to pass a stone here. I'm just having a shit. Right? So, like, hold on a minute. Just give me a second to just have some time. And when I've got some time, I can then give you it. But at the minute, I just don't have time. Like I said, man, it's probably someone that owns their own company or owns their own business. And they're like, bing, hello. You're like, right, I'm just working, blah, 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 blah. Then give it like 5 minutes and you're like, oh, don't bother if you're too busy. What? Hold on a minute. I'm just dealing with someone. Just give me a couple of seconds. It's kind of like if you work at a fucking shop or something like that, and clients come in and they start fucking moaning at you because you haven't got what what they wanted. And you're kind of like, look, just let me deal with this person first before I can deal with you. Like, I've got to deal with this person first. Like, they came first. I've got to deal with them first before I can... Or, like, what came first, the work or relationship? It's like, well, hold on a minute. Work comes first, and then I can talk to you when I've got some time off. Like, just give me a moment to just fucking chill out, and then I can let you know here. It's like, well, you don't do anything anyway. You just sit on your ass all day doing nothing. So... I've had this argument so many times in my life where people, they think that someone that owns their own company and is self-employed has it easier than people that are employed by a physical boss. Because if they're employed by a boss, the boss is what tells them what to do, when they can have time off, when they can't have time off, dental insurance, like medical insurance, time off on holiday. When you're a boss of your own company, okay, that's more difficult than people that actually work for a living from a person, because they have a lot more fucking responsibility. They can't just go like, like, oh, I'm just going to sack all this off just because you're wanting my attention. I can give you it, but only certain periods of the time. Like, I've got to prioritise things. I've got to make sure that this is a priority, that's a priority, all the work is complete, and when the work's complete, then I've got time. But if I've got like an extra workload on, okay, I can't just compete with work and you. So why are you making it more difficult? Why are you actually not on my side, realising that I'm a stable individual king person? Okay, I'm someone that runs my own company, runs my own business. Yeah, but you run your own clock. You can pretty much have time whenever you want, hickory dickory dock. So you can have time off whenever you like. You don't have to work as hard as what we do. Do you not understand the amount of shit that I have to go through? So what? What makes that any different than me? Yeah. Right? That's what it seems like. Like unnecessary bickering over time. Time? You're not fucking dead? Why do always people worry that time is running out and that I need to get an answer now before time runs out? Right? I mean, what, you on a clock? Here? Or them? Let's see. Cancer. What's going on with Cancer? Please, for February 2023. Well, you got Virgo energy looking for an answer still. And then you got a 3 and a 3. Jesus Christ. Is this either a third party, it's involving a Piscean, it's either court related, or it's just time. Like, this is what, like, I love hearing your voice and I love talking to you. But, like, I haven't got time to talk to you because I'm working. I'm also like a teacher, or I have my own company and I have my own business. Like, I've got loads of things to do. So it's kind of like I'm working on a project or something that I've really got to get done. Like, I say if someone owns their own company, they're like, right, I'm under a deadline. I must get certain things done first so I can relax. Okay, I do it all the time being an entrepreneur. There are certain things within my day before I can relax. I've got to make sure that I've got the readings done that I want to get done. I've got all the editing to do. I've got the uploading and the thumbnails and everything else. I've got personal readings and stuff. And then I've got my life to do, which is also shopping and stuff like that. And then when I've finished, I'm like, right, I've got all that done. That's priority. That's priority number one. That's done. Now I can think and now I can relax. So you've kind of got this energy here of waiting for someone to have some time off to be able to relax, okay? Because you've kind of got this work environment here that seems to be very stressful for someone. But don't forget, that can also be a projection of another, meaning that my workload is harder than your workload and I get more shit. And when I do, I come at home looking for someone to take my anger out on. Because my day has been so shit and I've had to deal with loads of bickering and people and God knows what else, I've got to release that, and the first person in the line of fire is you, okay, or them. Okay, so because I'm stressed, I need to take that out on someone. So normally that's when it's best to say, okay, let's not speak. Okay, because if there's going to be arguing and there's going to be projection of like, that's not my fault. Because it can, okay, I'm picking these messages up whether people like them or not. The King of Swords can be someone that's an entrepreneur. The Three of Pentacles can be someone that clocks in and clocks out on a daily basis. They go to work, they clock in, they do 5 hours or 6 hours, and then they clock out and then they come home. A person that does this, they have to run their own clock, which means, okay, I can start a little bit later, but I have to finish a little bit later. Or I have to start early in order to get finished. So this means that I don't have to clock in and clock out, okay? But there are certain things that I definitely do make sure that I have to do first. Because these can be clients. Like if these are tarot readers, okay, which they do, because there are people that are like Life Path 7 have Cancerian in their chart like myself that do this, okay? It's not as easy as what people think that is when you are under a deadline of making sure that you get what the people want, okay? So you have to make sure that you try and make it fair. So when you've got life itself, people think, okay, well, tarot readers have got it fucking easy because they don't have to work hard. They just have to sit on a stool or a chair all day doing tarot readings. But trust me, it gets very frustrating. Okay, and you also get a lot of people that bitch and moan and complain that what they're getting for free isn't good enough and I want more. Okay, so no matter where you are, what I'm trying to say is, or where you go or what job you do, it's very stressful for each and individual person for whatever that they do individually. But that does not mean take that out on each other. Okay, here. Because it means time. I need some time. Okay. But then you get people that are like, oh, okay, well, if you want time, here's fucking loads of it. And you're like, I didn't mean that, goddammit. That's not what I meant. I just meant when I've got time to talk, I can. But if I don't, I don't. Like, if I just don't have that time to fit you in, I just don't have that time to fit you into my day. Like, I really don't. Okay, so what are you complaining about? Well, that other people are more important than me. No. Because this can be people that get arguments over friends. Like, you're always out with your friends and you're never spending any time with me. Or like, really? Like, you know, you're always out with your friends, but you don't never spend any time at home with me. You're always out with them all the time. Okay. Now, that depends. Are they or are you? Let's see. Cancer, what they got coming up for February? Four of Cups, you don't seem to be so interested. Aries or Scorpio. Two cards that represent fours. Scorpio and Aries, they're both fours. Okay. Scorpio, Aries. Okay. So they come up in the same reading. Yeah, but there seems to be a lot of arguments around working. Because like I said, the Emperor can be self-employed, like wise, like educated, older. Like older. You could have someone that's older and someone that's younger. Like, you know, because this could be a father and daughter and son or stuff like that, right? You go down that road of messages. These are my kids. This is the father. This is the ex or the, you know, the previous partner. Or we are in partnership, but this is a partnership of work. Okay, I have to share the workload with my partner. Okay, if it's like, you know, if it's a plan of like, okay, I'm in partnership with someone at work, because this is a fellowship and a partnership. Like, you know, we do a business, but we're partners. So I have half the company, you have half the company, right? Or you have that half and I have this half. What's that? Someone trying to pull someone apart? It's kind of like I'm trying to pull you away from someone. Like, I mean, like I said, it might be a husband or a wife. And I'm trying to interfere with your work or your job or your, like, you know, with someone else's person here. And or Percy or Baxter. But, like, I'm trying to, like... Because the Three of Pentacles here, I just keep picking it up as just a general work energy. Now, we haven't gone down the third energy road, but if there is, like, three people in a relationship, you shouldn't be arguing with a person that's with someone else, like, because they're with someone else. You shouldn't get angry because at someone else because they're like, no, I don't want a relationship because I'm with someone else. People shouldn't be getting angry at people for that. Like, you know, I decided my answer is no because I'm in a relationship. Well, that pissed me off. Well, that's not their fault here. If there is, because threes are a drama triangle, okay? Like creating a drama out of a crisis. These are minor cards, but they can be very major outcomes. You know, everything that needs to be resolved is from a minor to a major or from a major to a minor. It needs to resolve itself. And this is why people think that talking about their problems is going to help when it doesn't. You know, I've got a problem. Oh, really? What's the problem? You. Hold on a minute. I'm your problem? I don't think so. You know, and it's kind of like, well, you're in my way. I've got a problem and you've got to fix it. You're a man. You know, so fucking what? Well, you know, how many light bulbs does it take to fucking, you know? And you're like, well, I'm not a fucking electrician. How am I supposed to, you know, I'm not an electrician. How am I supposed to fucking fit all the electrics? I don't know what I'm doing. Well, you're a man, aren't you? Yeah, but that doesn't mean I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know? So, you know, I don't know if you're getting into arguments about work or about fixing something, working on something or fixing something. Cancer. So blocked, you get another 4. Fucking hell, 3 4s. 1, 2, 3. Could be a Pisces. That would be a 3. Pisces, I mean, if you're lucky enough like me and you got 3 placements of Scorpio and 3 placements of Aries, people are always going to find you very fucking difficult to control because you'll be like, fuck you, I don't really give a fuck. Like, you might as well fuck off if you don't like it. Sorry, but in my chart, I do have that, like, you know, because I have 4 stelliums. And 2 of them are Scorpio, like 3 Scorpio, 3 Aries. And people do find me stubborn because I don't put up with people's bullshit. I'm just kind of like, well, fuck off. You know, simple as that. Like, I don't mind telling people to mind their own business. Mind your own business and fuck off. You know, you concentrate on you, I concentrate on me. But if you're trying to control me, you're trying to control assets and my job and money, well, you might as well fuck off. And, it, you know, I'm sorry if that's, like, offensive for people, but that's me. The one thing that people don't understand, right, is people act accordingly to their astrology chart, right? They act accordingly to the astrology chart. Everything that's placed within destiny of your chart means you are going to act like, it's like, oh, I'm a Piscean. which I am as a sun sign, right? So what's a Piscean's trait? Oh, they do like, oh my God, that sounds just like me. I am a Pisces, right? Brilliant, that's your trait. But that's not just your sun sign, that's your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th house, right? So that means that's who I am. DNA is built within my chart to say that's me. Me, I have 3 placements of Gemini as well, right? So I can be like, fuck this, I'm calling this as it is. A spade, I'm going to fucking tell you. Like, I don't give a fuck, right, here, right? So I'll be straight up no chaser, right? So you've kind of got this banking, money, assets, but what the fuck do you think pays for shit if I ain't going to work? If I'm not going to work, what do you think pays for your fucking makeup? Hey, girl, what do you think fucking pays for that? Okay, what do you think, where do you think money grows? Okay, so it's kind of like, trying to take someone for granted, you know, because they might earn good money. Like, oh, who do you think you are, Miss Smarty Party Pants? The fact that you've got all this money, who do you think you fucking are? Well, someone that's worked for it, you know? You know, so, I don't know, it's like this, just cannot get on with this. Like I said, it could be a parent to a child, like my mother. Completely opposite ends of the scale, like I've said in many readings. And I think quite a few Sagittarians related to me in that, like Life Path 5 Sagittarius, they related to me in the comment section that they were saying in the chat. And I said it's not exactly the person as such all the time. It's just built within one's chart, okay? Me, I have to put myself in a bracket so you guys, whether you like it or not. A lot of people moan, some people don't. You always talk about yourself. I'm trying to educate you. Okay, to let you know what it truly means and what it feels like to be on either end of the scale when you are not compatible in life with someone, right? So, very important. Scorpio rising for me, right? Just take the rising. My mother, Taurus, North Node rising, right? So that's the opposite to me, okay? But because she comes up as a 4, as a life path 4, which is detrimental to your readings, okay, life path numbers, you've got to know them because you get a lot more signs from, okay. So because she's a life path 4, that also puts her as Scorpio. But if her North Node and rising is going towards being a Taurus, but her life path number expectancy is going towards being a 4, that also conflicts her own self being a Scorpio Taurus, which are the opposite. Okay, so you get 4, 4, and 4. So it kind of says that opposition within your chart is 100% present as a message. So you take anybody out of your hat, Cancer or Life Path 7s, you take anybody out of a reading that you want. What is it that conflicts you or this person that much that keep trying to control someone? Okay, because you could have people that just come at you left, right and centre, constantly trying to control. A mother, a father trying to control kids, or kids trying to control mothers or fathers, or lovers trying to control how much a person works or don't try to work. Whichever way it is, people are trying to control other people to be the way they want them to be, to mould them into something that they're not. And the reason they're not is because they could be afraid not, which is a Pisces. I can't control you to be something that you're not. So what the fuck are you here for? Well, to try and control you to be something that I want you to be. Exactly, so it ain't going to work out. So you have options. You either not speak to this person at all ever, Trevor, Tracy, Treacle, Tanya, Tyler. You either not speak to this person at all and realise that you're not compatible, or you go through the merry-go-round of 3s, which is, it's okay for a couple of 3 days, and then after 2 or 3 days, there they go again. Okay, we can get past 2 or 3 days without, this starts off like this, it's okay. Within 5 or 10 minutes, you're doing it again. Within 3 days, you fucked it up. You've destroyed it again. Because you've started bickering, you've started arguing, you've started blaming me, you've started telling me, and you expect me to not close down emotionally when I'm getting it in the fucking ear hole? Right? Now, I'm not sticking up for men or women, but as a geezer, I do know a lot of blokes, right, that do go through this where they are moaned at by their partner, by the woman energy, okay? They're moaned at. They're complained. Now, you take it or leave it and decide whatever you want. But they are fucking complained at. That you either work too much, you don't work enough, you don't spend enough time with me, you don't speak to me enough, you don't see me enough. So ask yourself the question, whoever it is that has the complaints. Do complaining at a person work? Has it ever worked? Or is just letting them and loving them for who they are and what they do, allowing them to do whatever they want, is that okay? Okay, because if it isn't, you're trying to control the person or they are you. Always, always, always detrimental to look at this. Who is it that comes at a complaint to someone? This is where you know where you are when you've, like, mind games, manipulation, fucking, you know. Who is it that brings the wrath to someone? You could just be minding your own fucking business and you're walking along. Boop, 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 boop. You're all right, Dave, I'm having a really good fucking day. And then all of a sudden, bam, so it's like, fucking no, you're not. And they have a complaint to make to you. And you're like, hold on a minute, what the fuck are you complaining about now? I thought everything was all right. And they start having a meltdown because they want to provoke you to destroy the energy. They set off a complaint. Okay. So, hands up again. Who likes to be complained at? Anybody out there? Because if your answer is yes, you love being complained at, well then go to fucking work and try being complained at work. Okay, because it's just the same as what it is in any circumstance, be it a mother, a father, or a love relationship. If you like being complained at, pay money to be complained at. And you can pay me because I'll complain at you all fucking day long if you like. Right? I'm only kidding. But like me, I hate complaining at people. I just let them do whatever they want. Okay, I never complain at a person. I don't go to them and say, right, I've got a fucking proper beef with you. I just like, no, if you want to go out, you can go out. You want to see your friends? Brilliant. Brilliant. I'll just, you know, float around, do whatever. You know, so, but when you get people that in relationships are like, right, I'm going to have to come to you and tell you, you're like, what have I done now? What have I done wrong now? Right? And it's here. People expecting that, well, what did you expect? What did you expect when ebony and ivory are not the same? Okay. Michael Jackson. Okay. And Paul McCartney. But like, what? Oh no, that was Stevie Wonder. Steve. It's probably me. But like, you know, what do you expect? What do you expect, Steve? Okay. Nothing. I don't expect anything. Just a quiet life, right? Just a quiet life to give you, talk to you, but then you come up with this. So what do you want me to do? Do you think that I respect you for that? No. No, I don't. Because you've also, that I forgot to see, is another 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 4s. Okay. No matter what the card is, it doesn't matter. It means that I'm closing down emotionally and stopping listening to your complaints. Okay? You respect my authority. I don't give a fuck. Go somewhere else. Write it down. Okay. So let's see. Cancer. What's Cancer got coming up, please? For February. Now, this is nowhere near the ending of your reading, Cancer, before anybody starts jumping down my throat here. But again, avoidance tactics. Avoidance from a mother or a father or from an ex. But again, the Tower is more than likely a destroyed energy. Everything was going fine. And then suddenly you destroyed it. Why are you destroying the relationship when everything was going fine? It was all going tickety-boo. Everything was brilliant. I was making plans. We were kind of doing this. We was doing that. I was making plans for later on or for next week or, you know, I was kind of like in the process of making plans. And then suddenly you flip out and all the plans are gone to shit now. So some people, like when it comes to control, they can actually destroy relationships within seconds. Like my mother does it within fucking hell. It's probably within... I've kind of learnt by the amount of times I've gone through it with a parent. It's normally probably within about 10 to 15 minutes. Within 10 to 15 minutes of talking and it being good, if I come away for 10 to 15 minutes, when I go back into the environment, it's this. It's this. It's a complaint so I can destroy it. so I can have a go at you of what we was getting on with. And I mean within 15 minutes. And you're like, what the fuck? How the... What? What are you coming out with now? It doesn't make a fucking lick of sense. The sense that makes none. Doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get what your complaint is. What are you complaining about now? We were getting on a minute ago. So it's a search, Jekyll and Hyde. Okay. It's an energy of a person that can put on a front that they are one thing, but then the next second, boom. And it's like, whoa. Multiple personality disorder. Okay. Let's see. Cancer for February, please. Cancer for February. Oh, dear. This card has come out so many times. This card in reverse, right below a 3 here. Came out in Libra reading, but Libra isn't here presently, but could be. Well, anybody, I don't care. But, because this is hating. I mean, don't worry about it. I get it all the time. I don't care if you hate me or not. But I'd still appreciate a like. If you're going to give it a dislike, just hit the like button twice. But, you know, the Tower and the Magician are people that are spiritually hating the info that they're getting. They don't want to hear the information. Like, they would rather just like, oh, no, I don't want to hear that. I just, no. No, I don't want to hear things that are going wrong when they are, right? So, like I said, these are, you know, stay away from empaths. It's why I have to distance myself a lot from people. Spiritual people have fucking lost their mind. Honest to God, right? A lot of people that are spiritual have lost their fucking mind. And I know it because I've been a tarot reader for a long fucking time. Okay? And they, like, yeah, and you're like, oh, what the fuck now? Like, what? Like, you know, fucking probe is going to come and get me and I'm fucking going through a load of shit in my life. And blah, blah. Okay, but just calm your tits. Right? But this is people that believe that spiritual stuff is good, but when they hear a message, they don't like it. The truth. Like, you know, that destiny... Here, destiny can be false. You see, because of the forbidden fruit and Ren, okay, devil is present, okay, that could lead you down the garden path. You don't know what you're listening to because you haven't seen it or heard it. Okay, you believe that you're being led by a certain energy, but you still don't physically know because you haven't seen either God or the devil. But if they're one energy, okay, you can believe in all sorts of things, but that's why you have a difference of opinion. Because people believe in different stuff and they believe in what they want. And some people want to completely believe in what they believe in and they will never drop it because they want to believe in it, you know. So they can do it for a very long time, expecting the outcome is going to be what they're expecting, but they don't get it. So I've got no idea what is going on with your reading at the moment. So we'll need to go over to Patreon so I can continue on with your reading for the people that are really not going to like me. Anyway, Cancer, for you lovely Cancerians out there that do appreciate old Stevie baby, please just make sure you give it a like. If you can just give it a like, we can try and get those numbers up with the channel and try and get it growing a little bit. But I do need your participation. It just takes a minute, girl, just to give it a like and maybe a comment, even if it's just like an emoji, okay? But definitely a like if you can just do that, man. Okay, now if you want the rest of your reading and you really do want to support me out a little, then this is where I go to Patreon, obviously, like always. But it will be on all 3 tiers. Bronze, silver, gold. They're all at different prices. Bronze is like $3 or $4, so it's very cheap. And it gives you 24 readings within a month cycle because you get all 12 and then another one before month end. But you get all 12 and then your numerology if you follow me in that. And you can put all the pieces together of how it relates, put all your Sun, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, mix them all into one and find your message. Okay, but if you want the weeklies, that'll be the silver or gold, and that's where we do a load of other readings or stuff that I may not put over on Patreon. YouTube, it might just be on Patreon. So I don't know. It's a mixture. But if you wish to join, your option is there. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. Really do appreciate it. Give it a like. Thanks very much. See you later.